Hey, what's up, guys? MGH here. Welcome back to the QPR Road to Glory. We're in 2026. It's the 4th of February, the day after my birthday. Wait. I'm going to be 33 then. Oh, my God. That hurts my brain. But anyway, as you guys know, we signed a couple of free agents in the last episode to do one of the objectives because my manager rating has been a little bit low. So I've gone ahead and I have applied faces to Theo Henry. Then we've got Raphael Ferrari here. How Italian does he look? I think I did a good job with that one. I think the face I'm using is actually an Italian player as well. And then we've got Canales here, Mario Canales. He is going to feature in this episode, and you'll see just how good he is. 75 rated at 17. Absolute monster of a player. Really happy to get someone like him in there. Although he's kind of competing with Elliot now, that kind of feels a bit bad. Really struggled to find a good face for Saeed. I really don't know if that's how you say it, but I'm not going to say said, am I? But there was no face with orange hair, I'm afraid, so I couldn't do that. But anyway, we're going to get into the first game. Diao, top scorer in the Premier League in his first season. That is insane. It does make me think, okay, now hear me out. For the realism aspect, and let's just ignore that howler from Cox there. We don't need to talk about that. For realism's sake, do we potentially let him go? I know it's mental, but you guys know I like to do realistic things in my career modes. And let's face it, Diao, top scorer in the Premier League in his first season at the moment, halfway through the season, surely he would be getting offers. But anyway, we should probably talk about the howler in the first half because obviously we finished the transfer window. We signed Rutter, who just scored an absolute beauty here. I love the way that he's just kind of hit that with his right foot, rooted to the ground. But I made the decision to sign Rutter and basically blow all my money and not change goalkeeper. Is it a mistake? Well, Cox is having some issues, isn't he? What a goal from Rutter once again, by the way. He is, honestly, I feel like with the potential Diao transfer ahead of us, if it was to happen, I wouldn't feel it as bad because we've got another really good goal scorer. But I don't know if I'm willing to do that. I love Diao. I just plucked him out of nowhere on the free agents. And, you know, obviously I've got him a face mod and he's just turned into an absolute superstar. But we're heading into injury time here. They actually brought their goalkeeper forward, but it didn't matter. Instead, it's their centre-back. It is Pau Torres equalising in the last moments of the game. Really unfortunate, but it was a good match. 2 errors from the keeper. Technically, Cox has let me down there. What a shame. We've taken a free kick quickly there. Mumba into Jorginho. Rutter onto his left foot. Passes it. Diao off the post. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And now here's Vale getting a rare start into Diao again. It's another good save from Pope. How is it 0-0? It's funny, really. The Aston Villa game had more goals at this point, but obviously there wasn't many highlights. Whereas this game against Newcastle, there's less goals, but there are highlights galore. Here we go again. 1 minute of added time. I was rushing to get this attack underway. Mumba pushing through down this right side. It's going to end up with a shot, and it's another save. Very comfortable for Pope. Really should be doing better there. But Mumba isn't really a goal scorer. He's just so good, though. And talking of how good Mumba is, how about that for an assist? The first time cross, I was gonna touch it. I was gonna say, take a second, then whip it in. Instead, I've gone for the first time cross, and look who's there to head it. It's an awful bit of goalkeeping from Pope there, though. Finally, we've got a goal. And in this game, we started Theo Henry, or is it Theo Henry? I don't know. And we've lost it with Rutter there, trying a bit of skill. And it finds Felipe Anderson in the box. And, I mean, watch the replay. Just watch the state of this. You can't blame any goalkeeper. Look at that. Oh, that is absolutely world class. So it's 1-1 with about 10 minutes left on the clock here. Here is Keena, also getting a rare game into Correa on his right foot. Deflected by Target, who was captaining the Newcastle side. So we're going into the final 5 minutes or so soon. Corner coming in. Jelavic, so unlucky he can get a little bit more power on the header there. But the game wasn't over yet. Still 1-1. And Newcastle were looking very dangerous. They really were. Isaac there with a little nutmeg. And now over to Felipe Anderson. Back to Isaac. I've got a friend who calls him Isaac, and it creeps into my brain. I want to call him Isaac sometimes. It's really annoying. He's obviously Isaac, okay? If you're watching, Dan. And that is so fortunate. Off the line by Mumba there. Not for the first time. Very, very fortunate to not be losing the game now. Corner comes in, easy catch, and it's another draw, which isn't too bad. You just got to remember, as long as I'm not losing games, I'd be quite happy. Now, Dragovic, another player that we did see in the free agents. He's actually higher rated than Canales, but I didn't want a left-sided player, but we've scouted him fully now, so we can take a look at him in the future. We've also got Jacob Haas here, but I'm not interested in him. Didn't look too good. Now, I've got to apologise. So, as you guys know, my away kits don't work. The numbers and the names don't have the right colour. So, I paused my recording to edit the colours. I have to do it every time I launch the game. And I forgot to unpause my recording until a little bit into this first half. So we actually missed the first Arsenal goal, which was an Ødegaard tap-in. So nothing too crazy. But yeah, we are 1-0 down against Arsenal here, but you haven't seen the goal. So apologies for that, guys. Luckily, I noticed about 20 minutes in. Now, you would have seen Rutter was on the floor there. He's picked up an injury. Also, a little bit of luck there. He's only out for 6 days, I think it was. So nothing too crazy. I left him on the pitch hoping he would run it off, but we are into the second half here, and you'll see I do end up putting Correa on because he still had the injury. And Arsenal were so good. They were top of the league at this point, 1st versus 11th, I think, or maybe we were 10th at this point. And I could see why, because my God, they were absolutely tearing me apart. And there is confirmation that Rutter still had the injury, but nothing too serious. He'll be back for not the next game, but the one after. And we've got Spurs and West Ham shortly, so some really tough games. But still 1-0 down. The pressure really was on. I was getting peppered. And it's just proof to me why Arsenal were top of the league in real life and in the game. But Correa, we finally get an attack. Like, just absolutely incredible. We actually had the ball in their half, and I've managed to score it. Really, really lucky there. I think I only had 2 shots in this game. And another huge opportunity for Arsenal there. Declan Rice with the header as well. And it's come off the bar and then easily caught by Cox. We're going to try and hit them on the break here. Just imagine the scenes if I beat my beloved Arsenal with a counter-attacking goal. That should have actually been a yellow card for sure for Declan Rice. I don't know how he's got away with that. We're going to pass this one short to Mumba. Over here to Zarari. I'm waiting for a run over the top. Unfortunately, we're not able to do it, and now Arsenal on the break, and they absolutely deserve to win this game. How it's 1-1, I don't know. Story of an Arsenal fan's life over the last years, up until now, where we're doing a lot better. Ødegaard has a chance here. He blasts it over the bar, and the referee blows his whistle. So it's another draw. We're the king of draws right now, which isn't a bad thing. Like I said, we're recently promoted. As long as we're not losing every game, we'll stay in the league. Technically, you could stay in the Premier League without winning a game if you just draw every single one. That would give you 38 points. Imagine that. Imagine not losing, but not even remotely climbing up the table. Anyway, we were given a soft penalty here, and unfortunately, Vicario saves it anyway. It was a soft penalty, so I wasn't too upset about that. I wouldn't have been surprised if we didn't get it. And now here's Diao, almost made up for the penalty miss, and what a first touch that was. And now we're going short. Zarari over here to Mumba. The cross comes in. It's on a plate for Giles. And this is quite simply the worst header I think I've ever seen. What is that? Quick word on Giles, by the way. He is brilliant. Clearly not a very good goal scorer with his head, at least. But I've been enjoying using him. And unfortunately, we go 1-0 down here. The Pigeon scores. Dan Richarlison. Great tackle there from Skelly. Unfortunately, it was going to be a foul, but they played on and we managed to wait just enough time there to win the ball back without it being called back. And now Rutter is through on goal. Has he got the pace? Onto his left foot. Go on. Near post. Oh, it's an absolutely beautiful finish. And Tottenham are pegged back 1-1. And that's exactly what we needed before the break. This is a great goal. Just took my time, no rush, and then slam it into the right side there. Diao loses it in midfield, though. It is a foul. And again, we're taking advantage of taking a free kick really quickly. And it results in a goal. And Diao gets another one. I believe that makes it 14, or is it 15? It might be 15 for the season. So Really incredible how he does it in the Championship, and you think, well, he might not do it in the Prem, but then he's just doing it in the Prem. And here's Vale, and what a goal that would have been. That would have been 3-1 as well. What a way to end the game that would have been. Into the final few moments, and Tottenham decided to go backwards like absolute idiots. And there you have it, guys. A win! Of course, it's against Tottenham. So, as you guys know, we are doing the other Youth Academy objective, which is just to sign, I think it was 4 midfielders or 3 midfielders. So I was just going through the best options here. Not that I'm going to use any of them. And there it is, confirmed, done. So the manager rating should go up a little bit there. And it kind of sucks that this has to be done sometimes. But hey, look, if the board want me to do something, I'll try my best to absolutely do the best I can for the club. And I don't have to use those players, so it's not a big deal. And now it's time for West Ham. And wait, we had Rutter back in that game, didn't we? So I might have just risked it. And it worked out because we beat Tottenham. He did start this game as well. Loose pass there. Zahawi picks it up. Such a good dribbler of the ball. Over here to Doig. Inside to Diao. Very lucky there. The little deflection off the defender. And that is a beautiful finish. I really want to get him the golden boot. Although with Rutter here, is that going to potentially slow that down? You never know. Rutter is going to get a big share of the goals. And it's a great tackle by Mumba. But apparently that's a penalty. I could not believe that. I really thought that was a good tackle. And then it's the best penalty I think you could concede. It's in off the post by Tammy Abraham. I think he's just come back from an ACL in real life, hasn't he? I hope he picks up his career again. I really like Tammy. So that's 1-1. We're in for another cracker here, aren't we? Corner coming in. Tammy's on the end of it. Never mind, just 2-1. It's fine. No, it's not a problem. This is the downside of having Mumba on the goal line because he's not very tall. 37 minutes in, free kick. And for once, we almost scored from one of these indirect free kicks. Great header from Rutter there, saved by the keeper. But then the 6'8" giant Skelly heads it in. Beautiful corner, great delivery there from Zahawi. And it's another headed goal for the French giant. I mean, I don't see how the keeper's got any chance, really. And James Ward-Prowse was an absolute nightmare in this game. It just feels like it was set piece after set piece. They've made it 3-2. Ben Rama with the header there. Another brilliant delivery in this game, though. We've scored some absolute crackers, haven't we? And so have they. Now here's Mumba into Skelly. Not so good with his feet. If that was on his head, he would have scored. Right, corner. Let's see what West Ham can do this time. Ben Rama on the edge of the box. Agard, what are you doing there? Elliott wins it, and now we get forward. Zahawi up to Rutter. He's got a chance to run at the defence here. Do I wait for backup? You guys know I kind of need to, but I'm going to go for the shot. And this is just something else. So lucky. So lucky. And that celebration is called the tee-hee. You know, it's kind of cringe. And I wish I didn't do that now. I could cut that out, but I'm not going to. Great finish from Diao. 3-3. Can we win it in the last moments? It's a great shot from the second half sub Jelavic. Comes out for a corner. It's another set-piece chance. Zahawi gets it in the box. Diao's there. Can you believe it? In the last few minutes, Diao completes his hat-trick and wins us the game at the London Stadium. Or has he? Is there going to be time for West Ham? No, of course there isn't. Oh, that was a really good game. I don't get many kind of 4-3s, 3-alls, when I used to get them all the time. But the gameplay mod I'm using, again, shout out Daniels, man. You've made such a good mod. Although, the penalties, man. I don't know what's going on with those penalties. Every now and again, you just get fouls that just simply aren't fouls. But I will take that. More penalties isn't a bad thing, and more free kicks and stuff like that. We did the conference there just to give the team some morale. And up next, we've got Liverpool in the next episode. I know this episode's a little bit shorter, so apologies for that. But as you can see, Liverpool are not even in the top 8. Where are they? Let's have a look. We're going to have to go down on the table. Wait, what? We're above Liverpool? What is going on there? We're in 9th after a couple of good results, still with a -2 goal difference. But Liverpool are in 12th. 13 losses. How? How does that even happen? And then at the bottom, you've got Burnley, Leicester, and Luton. If Leicester go down, I'm raiding them. They've got some great players. Okay, so Liverpool will be in the next episode. I'm really excited for that game. We're just going to check out the stats here, and here is confirmation that Diao is top scorer with 16 goals in 24. We've got Rutter down there in 13th with 10 as well. So he's doing pretty good. I haven't used him as many games as Diao. Don't forget, we signed him a little bit into the season, so he had a couple of appearances already, I believe. Zarauri is leading the way with assists, which is great to see. And there you can see clean sheets as well. So, yeah, apologies for a slightly shorter episode, guys, though. We'll be back tomorrow with that Liverpool game. Really can't wait for that mid-table clash. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like, and I will see you next time.